Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. One man went to mow. Come join. Gather. Roll up. One man went to mow. Where are you? Say hello as you're coming in. One man went to mow. Roll up. It's your boy. It's your man, rather, not your boy. So it's your man, not your boy. One man went to mow. You've seen the topic. Roll up. One man went to mow. Say hello as you're coming in and let me know where you are. Let me know where you're watching from. One man went to mow. So I'll wait for us to get about 10 of us and then we'll get into it. You've seen the topic. Let me know if you can hear me okay. One man went to mow. You see this hyperlink also that I'm posting in here. If you click on it, then you can come live and interact. I do encourage that. You know, it's meant to be an interactive session. One man went to mow a meadow. Come on then. Let's be having you. Roll up, one man went to mow. Okay, so you've seen the topic. You know what we're here to discuss. We're here really to discuss the Nigerians in our diaspora. So that is going to be the main topic, Nigerians in diaspora. And that is why I'm especially keen to find out exactly where you people are. But irrespective of where you are, the narrative is about the Nigerian person in diaspora. So the Nigerian person in diaspora, where he lives and why he lives there, is the question. And why he's not able to make that journey back to Nigeria is really what we're looking to land on. So roll up, one man went to mow. Say hello as you're coming in, you know, just to be civil. One man went to mow. Okay, so we're talking about Nigerians living abroad. And if you are living abroad, then I'd like you to share your experiences in the course of the narrative. And if you want to click on the hyperlink to come and join me, then please do that. But we are talking about Nigerians living abroad. So what's brought about this as a topic to have a session over? So in one of the previous sessions that I was having, I was narrating a scenario to somebody that I was talking to, and I was painting this picture of the Nigerian person who has lived abroad for quite a few years. So we're talking 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, etc. So you've gone abroad as a young man, young lady, you've had your education, you've made your profit, and then you've lived abroad for a very long time. So now the life abroad is not all that is cut out to be. It's not all that people would imagine it to be, because there is a certain sense of anonymity when you're living abroad. Because when you are living abroad, your identity is defined by your person. You are a black person, irrespective of what you are. So if you are coming out of that train station as a medical doctor, as a lawyer, banker, etc., whatever you are, when you're coming out of that train station, when you're going into that shop, when you're interacting with that person outside of your professional environment, you're just another black person. So that's the experience of the Nigerian in diaspora. So it is quite a sad experience, and it repeats for virtually every Nigerian in diaspora, irrespective of where you are. Of course, the impact it weighs according to your personality and the environment that you're in. And also, excuse me. And also, if you are a Nigerian living abroad, it gets to that, especially if you are a Nigerian who migrated from Nigeria to live abroad. So you've had your formative years in Nigeria, and then you've moved from Nigeria to go and live in a foreign country. It gets to that state when you start to hanker after that nostalgia of the life that you had in Nigeria and the romantic life that you imagine that you can have in Nigeria again. So that call back home is really that call that the Nigerian person that lives abroad for a good enough length of time starts to hear. And that's around about the 12-year mark, the 15-year mark, etc. You start to have all these romantic ideas about life in Nigeria, going back home. It's the going back home narrative. So I painted this scenario in one of these sessions. So I painted this scenario in one of these sessions that I was having, and I was describing to, I can't remember who I was describing it to, but I was describing a scenario. So I am an Oyo man from Oyo Alafin. So I was describing a scenario that, let's say for instance, you are from Oyo Alafin, and then you've lived abroad for a while, and then you start to have those romantic ideas about going back home. So you have dreams of living in some rustic settlement where it's still a bit rural and it's very quiet and it's very serene. And then you, of course, look to some sort of like a farmstead. You buy or build yourself either from your ancestral land or from land that you purchased. So you buy for yourself just a small farm, like an experimental farm. Maybe you want to do some hybrid of some like farm product or whatever, or animal or farm animal. Anyway, you build yourself some small farm in some rustic rural area. You make friends with the community. You are friends with the Bale of that community, and all of the elites of the community are your friend. You build yourself an American style cabin as your house, and then you sit in the forecourt. Excuse me, and then you sit in the forecourt, and then you see life as it carries on within the village. So that is the sort of life that the average guy abroad, the average girl abroad is thinking about. But then, of course, what prevents that life is, of course, the sort of stories that you're hearing from the Nigerian state. So the stories that you're hearing from the Nigerian state of the Nigerian returnee is not one that encourages anybody living abroad to return to the country. This is the narrative. I am inviting guys to say hello as you're coming in. I'm also posting the hyperlink for you to come and join in. So if you click on that hyperlink, then you can be on the screen with me and narrate your experiences too. We're talking about why Nigerians abroad are not coming back home, even though they have that desire to come back home. So I was painting the picture of the sort of life that a Nigerian abroad dreams about coming back home. And now we're getting to the stage where we're talking about what prevents that life from being the case. So what prevents you from moving back home after having spent that your 12, 15, 20 years abroad? What prevents that is the fear of the narratives that you hear from Nigeria. So you hear the narrative of the guy that comes from abroad and is in his hotel room, and they go and waylay him and they kill him and steal all his money, even though he didn't have as much money as they thought. You hear of betrayals of family members who think that you have come with the old Bank of America, Bank of Deutschland, Bank of England, etc. in your suitcase, and they think now that their destiny will be changed by killing you and robbing you. But what you especially fear is the Fulani Herdsmen. So what really is holding the Nigerian diasporic person, the Nigerian person in diaspora in hostage, is the fear of the unknown, and that fear of the unknown is personified, is embodied in the personification of the Fulani Herdsmen. So that is the real fear that is holding the Nigerian person abroad, away from the country, to the point that you effectively become a refugee in the country that you're living in. So I'm not saying refugee in the common parlance that we know it, because of course you might well be a citizen of the country, you might well have your passport, you might even be born there, but in all sense and impact, you are effectively seeking refuge there because you anchor after your ancestral home, but you cannot go back there for reasons of fear. And the and the embodiment of that fear is vested in the person of the Fulani Herdsmen. So now let me cite, there's several examples, but let me cite you this example that just makes the point. A lot of you, of course, have heard of a Sunday Igboho, but what battered Sunday Igboho is the question. So Sunday Igboho came about as a result of this narrative now that I've just described. Sunday Igboho came about as a result of a person that traveled to Nigeria, went to set up that farmland in that rustic rural community that I just described, and was summarily executed by Fulani Herdsmen. So let's get into the narrative of that, and please say hello or interact with the session as you're coming in, just so I know that I am actually talking to people and not just like a computer bots. So this is the narrative that bettered Sunday Igboho. So the person that is the main protagonist of that narrative that brought about Sunday Igboho is a guy called Dr. Fatai Aborode or Aborode. Dr. Fatai Aborode, it is Aborode. So Dr. Fatai Aborode, I visited Igangan in Oyo town, and here is what I found out about his death. So it was the death of this Dr. Aborode that led to the emergence of Sunday Igboho. So now let's not get the background story to that. So now, until December 2020, Igangan, an agrarian community about 5 hours drive from Lagos, was in relative obscurity. The murder of one man, Dr. Fatai Aborode, on February, so I started all over again. Until December 2020, Igangan, an agrarian community about 5 hours drive from Lagos, was in relative obscurity. The murder of one man, Dr. Fatai Aborode, on Friday, December 11, 2020, brought the town into national prominence. Multiple reports says persons suspected to be Fulani Herdsmen killed him. The intervention of Sunday Igboho, a self-styled Yoruba activist, and his 7-day ultimatum to the Fulani dwellers further put the town in the spotlight. So that is the backstory to the emergence of Sunday Igboho. The buzz generated by Igboho's directive related to the most important conversation to the background, the murder of a businessman who left his family in the United Kingdom and returned to Nigeria to make life better for his people. The Nigerian government was quick to condemn Sunday Igboho's eviction notice, but authorities ignored the murder. So we just pause there for a moment and reflect on that. So this guy now, he's traveled from the United Kingdom back to Nigeria after having spent however many years he has spent in the United Kingdom to go and impact on his people. Of course, they're saying he's a doctor, so he's either a medical doctor or a PhD holder. So he is sufficiently educated and is successful enough to feel that the impact that he would have would be best felt amongst his own people rather than just collecting his pounds in the United Kingdom. So off to Igangan he goes, and of course to be summarily executed by the Fulani Herdsmen. So it continues. I decided to travel to Igangan in Ibarapa North local government area of Oyo State. I wanted to see for myself why the murder of one man is generating so much controversy, yet no one had been arrested. 2 months after, at 6 a.m. on Saturday, February the 27th, 2021, I left Lagos for Igangan. I arrived in Ibadan at some minutes past 8 a.m. One of my hosts, Wale Oladokun, a university lecturer, was waiting to receive me in Iwo town. We headed for Eleyele, where his younger brother Oladiran joined us. The journey to Igangan lasted for more than 3 hours, including 1 hour stop over at Igbo Ora, where we met Adedeji Olawale, the Abuja coordinator of the Oduduwa People's Congress OPC. He told us of how he intercepted suspected Fulani herdsmen with guns and handed them over to the police on Friday, February the 26th, 2021. So where are you people? Are you paying attention? I'm not seeing the interaction. It's just not a narration, really. It's an example that makes the point, but let's just make that point. Igangan forms part of Ibarapa, Meje, the 7 Ibarapa towns, Igbora, Eruwa, Igangan, Lanlate, Ayete, Tapa, and Idere. It is about 130 kilometers away, 2.5 hours drive from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Oladokun, who is the president of the Igangan Development Advocate, told me Igangan is about 2 hours to unguarded northern Niger Republic by motorcycle through the forest, and the forest have become dangerous routes for moving ammunition and all manners of contraband into Nigeria. So that is a pertinent thing. That is a point worth noting there. Sorry, is anybody actually here? Because I do need the interaction. At least say something. Otherwise, I'll just end the session and then we just leave it there. You know, we got 15, 20 people in and not even a hello. So if anybody is not saying anything, then we just end the session here. Is anybody there? Okay. All right. I think we'll end this session there because clearly the interaction is not there. So we'll leave it there.